Welcome to everybody who came from near and far. Thank you for being here today. I would like to share with you some thoughts from the learning I did as I prepared for my Bas Mitzvah. I learned something very important about how Judaism looks at time. It helped me to appreciate how much I can achieve as I become a young Jewish adult, as a member of the Jewish people. We don't see time as marching in a straight line, one year following another. Rather, we look at time as a spiral. At every holiday, we have the ability to tap into unique and special energy that's available to us at a specific time of year. At Pesach, we can tap into the special energy of freedom. At Shavuos, we can tap into a special energy of acquiring Torah. At each particular time of year, there is a special gift that we, as Jews, have the ability to pick up and make our own. What is the special energy of the time of year we are in now? Personal growth and becoming the best version of ourselves we can be. Our Jewish tradition deeply values the necessity to always be growing. When the Torah describes Avram, it says, Abraham was old, he came with his days. What does it mean, he came with his days? Avram used each of his days to the absolute fullest extent, and no day was without growth. At the end of his life, he came with all his days intact, because he had used every moment and every experience to be a more loving, giving, and wise human being. It's interesting to think how we look at kids versus how we look at adults. We don't expect a 10-year-old to act the same way as he did at age 5. Yet we don't expect a 40-year-old to act much differently than he did at age 35. But in Judaism, we could be using those 5 years in such a powerful way. And this is what we learned from our father Abraham. We're always responsible to be growing and becoming better. Right now, we are in the period called Sfiras HaOmer, or the counting of the Omer. The Jewish people left Egypt on Pesach, and 50 days later, on the holiday of Shavuos, we received the Torah at Har Sinai. Today, when we spiritually revisit the experience at Sinai, we observe a special mitzvah called Counting the Omer, where we actually count out loud each of these days beginning on the second night of Passover. Why didn't God wait 50 days after the Jews left Egypt before giving us the Torah? Why didn't he give it to them as soon as they left Egypt, when they were on a spiritual high, super inspired and totally clear that God was with them? The answer is that the Jews just weren't ready to receive the Torah. For over 200 years, they had been slaves in a very immoral and evil place. Even though they didn't directly participate in the ways of the Egyptians, their influences had seeped into the Jews, and they had a very negative effect. The Zohar tells us that in Egypt, the Jews had slipped to the 49th level of spiritual impurity. If they had sunk any lower, they wouldn't have survived. The Jews needed to grow up first, cleanse themselves of negative influences, and develop new attitudes before they can receive the Torah. If they had gotten the Torah before they were ready, they would have squandered the opportunity. It's like a very poor girl who grew up in a house of thieves and cheats. Imagine she won the lottery and was suddenly the recipient of a fabulous mansion and everything money could buy. Can you imagine what she would do with these newfound riches? Chances are she would squander them and abuse her wealth. Yes, she would find her physical body in a mansion, but emotionally she would still be a poor thief. The same was true for the Jews, and so they had to undergo a 49-day process of self-refinement where they improved themselves step by step, day by day, character trait by character trait, until they were ready to receive the Torah. And that's exactly what we are privileged to do each year as we work on our character traits, like worry, anger, sadness, or jealousy, traits that hold us back and keep us from being truly free. I discovered something interesting about this period of time called the Sfira. The root of the word Sfira means several things. It means number and telling, but it also comes from another word that tells us so much about the special time we are in now. It comes from the root sapher, or sapphire stone. Just like we take a gem from the ground, clean it, refine it, and polish it until it sparkles, so too we must clean, refine, and polish ourselves to truly be able to receive the gift of the Torah. By the way, my mother's birthstone is a sapphire, so I like to think that as I work on my own character traits, I am presenting her with a beautiful, glimmering jewel. Me. And that's also why we count upwards as we count the shira. When you think about it, that doesn't really make sense. When we're excited about something, we count down. When I was getting ready for my bas mitzvah, I would say 4 days until the big day, 3 days, 1 day until my bas mitzvah. But we count upwards in a forward progression, and now I think I can understand why. We begin the process at the 49th level of spiritual impurity, and every day we peel off another layer of gunk to reveal the pure soul we all possess. As we peel away and reduce the number, we're really going up, becoming better people, increasingly ready to receive the divine call to be God's special people, worthy of receiving the Torah. The more I learn, the more I realize what a special and incredible privilege this is. Becoming a bas mitzvah is like a message straight from Hashem, telling me that I can do it. Hashem loves me and believes in me. I can keep growing, using my God-given strengths and working on my weak points. Always remembering that my weak points don't make me a bad person. Rather, they are a gift from Hashem who wants me to use my free choice and grow through challenges and refine myself, like a shining sapphire stone, and I'm ready for the job. I would like to take a few minutes to thank the incredible people that worked so hard to both be here and make this event happen. Thank you to my family who came so far from the Boston area. Bubby, Grampy, Auntie Karen and Uncle Billy, and my cousins. Emily, happy birthday to you too. Hannah and Rachel. And my Uncle Adam and Auntie Monica, who I miss and are so happy to see. Even though we are physically far away, you always make us feel so special, and I'm glad you're here. Thank you to the whole Herman family, who traveled all the way from Miami to be with us on this special occasion. I love you guys so much. Thank you to my vegan cousins, especially Chana, happy birthday to you too, and Talia, who are always there for me. Levi, Eliezer, and Yosef Chaim. It's like having 3 more brothers. To my amazing Auntie Allie, who put so much effort and love into our learning and helping me with my speech. And who could ever forget my Uncle David, who answers all my tough halachic questions. Thank you to my grandma and Grandpa Ron, who moved here all the way to live near us. I can never truly express how much gratitude I have for you guys and how much I appreciate everything you do for me. Meir and Nava, you are the best siblings in the whole world. You guys are my best friends, and I love you so much. Thank you to all my teachers who have helped me grow and learn. And speaking of teachers, thank you to the Rebbe and Rebbitzin, and Rabbi Ben Zion and Rebbitzin Chani, for all your work in creating such a beautiful Makom Torah and community for us to live and grow. Thank you to Abba. You teach me so much. You're always there offering your support and guidance. You teach me Torah and mitzvos, derech eretz, and so many important life lessons, like how to drive a car. Oops, that's our secret. Thank you for working so hard to support me and our family. Mommy, thank you so much for everything you do for me. You're always there to catch me when I fall. You give me amazing advice that I will keep forever. You keep up with me and teach me patience. I have no words to explain the love I have for you in my heart. So thank you to Mommy and Abba for your support and endless love to help me grow and become the person I want to be. Oh yeah, Uncle Davey, who came from New York to visit with me for my